Have you ever walked into airport security thinking today is going to be smooth sailing, only to find yourself barefoot on a cold floor, juggling your shoes, your bag, and your dignity? And then on your next flight, nobody asks you to take your shoes off at all. It feels inconsistent, almost random, and it leaves so many travelers confused. But it's not just you. Security rules really are changing, not only here in the US, but also around the world. And some of these updates are long overdue. Others are adding a layer of unpredictability that makes travel both easier and a little more complicated at the same time. If you have a flight coming up this year, these are the changes you need to know about, and by the end of this video, you lines be ready to step into that security line with a lot more confidence. So let's talk about shoes first. For nearly 20 years, Americans have been trained like clockwork to take their shoes off at the checkpoint. Shoes in the bin, socks on the floor, shuffle through the scanner, then try to put everything back together without slowing down the line. It was just part of the travel ritual, but as of July 2025, the TSA has officially ended the shoes off requirement across the country. That means you can now keep your shoes on as you walk through security. Finally, right, except here's the catch. Some airports are already fully enforcing the new rule, while others are still operating under the old habit. One day you breeze through without a thought, the next day you hear an agent shout, "Shoes off, please." It's not you being unlucky, it's the system being deliberately inconsistent. Part of it is that not every checkpoint has the equipment or training fully in place yet. And part of it is intentional, because the TSA knows that a little unpredictability keeps potential threats on their toes. For travelers, it means you always need to be prepared for both scenarios. Don't assume you'll get the easier version every time. Now, if you think the shoes rule is confusing, wait until we talk about liquids. For nearly 2 decades, US travelers have been following the 311 rule. That's 3.4 ounces per container. All your containers must fit in one clear quart-sized bag, and you only get one bag per passenger. Everyone knows it. Everyone has fought with those tiny bottles, and for the most part it has stayed the same since the mid-2000s. But in Europe, things are shifting in a big way. At airports like Birmingham and Edinburgh, the 100 milliliter limit has been scrapped. You can now bring liquids up to 2 liters in size in your carry-on. You don't have to stuff them into a small plastic bag, and you don't have to pull them out at the checkpoint. Imagine traveling with a full-sized bottle of shampoo, or even just keeping your water bottle in your bag instead of chugging it at the checkpoint. It feels revolutionary. The problem is, only a handful of airports have actually made the change. Most airports in Europe and nearly every airport in the world, including the US, are still sticking to the old 311 rule. And although US officials have hinted that the liquid restrictions could change in the future, experts say it won't happen until new scanning equipment is widely installed, which could take years. So as tempting as the European changes sound, here in the US, you still need to pack those tiny bottles and your clear plastic bag. There is some good news though, especially for families. If you've ever been stuck behind parents with strollers, diaper bags, car seats, and kids who have no interest in cooperating, you know how much slower the line gets. It's stressful for everyone involved. The TSA has now introduced dedicated family lanes at some airports, including Orlando and Charlotte. These lanes are designed to give parents the space and time they need to get through without feeling rushed, while keeping the main lines moving more quickly for everyone else. And while it's still just a handful of airports, the program is expected to expand even if you don't have kids. This is a win for you because it means fewer delays when you're in a hurry to make your flight. Another update that could affect you is the push for more travelers to sign up for TSA PreCheck. If you've flown with it, you know the perks: shorter lines, shoes and belt stay on, laptops stay in your bag. To encourage more people, the TSA is running a promotion where if 2 people sign up together at the same time and place, the second person gets $15 off enrollment. And it doesn't have to be family, it could be a friend, a coworker, or anyone you decide to sign up with. The catch is that this deal only applies to first-time sign-ups, not renewals. On top of that, there are new perks for military service members and their families, including dedicated PreCheck lanes and even free enrollment for some. But here's the reality check. PreCheck used to guarantee 5-minute lines. Now the promise is 10 minutes or less, and in some busy airports, I've actually seen the PreCheck line stretch longer than the regular line. As more people sign up, the advantage shrinks a little. It's still worth having if you fly often, but don't expect it to feel like a secret shortcut anymore. So let's put this all together. If you're flying domestically in the US, you'll probably be able to keep your shoes on, but be ready in case you're told otherwise. Liquids are still under the 311 rule, no exceptions yet. If you're traveling with children, keep an eye out for those family lanes. And if you've been considering PreCheck, now might be a good time with the discount. Just remember the lines may not always be as short as they once were. If you're flying internationally, expect the old rules. Shoes off, liquids limited, and no PreCheck or family lanes. The only exceptions right now are a small handful of airports in the UK where the liquid rules have been relaxed. Otherwise, it's business as usual. Travel is supposed to be about excitement, but too often security feels like the part that steals the joy. These changes are a step toward making it smoother, even if some of them add a bit of confusion. Shoes on, sometimes liquids, still small bottles. Families finally getting a break. PreCheck, not as magical but still helpful. I want to hear from you. Did you get to keep your shoes on at your last flight, or did you still find yourself barefoot on that cold floor? Share your story in the comments. Because these changes aren't rolling out evenly, and I'd love to know what your experience has been. If you found this useful, stick around for the next video where I'll be covering new airline changes that might actually affect how you book and plan your next trip. Don't forget to subscribe and safe travels wherever you're headed next.